you woke up a week later, and later again your brother told you were blind, you went to your room, you cried, you woke up the following morning, and somehow again this 10-year-old boy who had no access to the big wide world, there was no books on forgiveness that you'd read, you weren't able to Google it and find out about it, somehow that was a very natural thing for you to do. Where did that come from?
I think that in the middle of all that hurt, in the middle of all the tears in our house, I never heard an angry word really from my mum or daddy. You know, they were not at all, never heard an angry word from them. And there was a lot of tears, and some of it, only in adult life did I start to remember some of the tears, but childhood I didn't really, I wasn't exposed to it at all. But so I think that we were caught up in dealing with the blindness, and we were caught up in dealing with me being able to cope. And I think my mommy and them's faith, my mommy and daddy's faith, would have taught them that to hold a grudge or to be bitter wasn't a good thing. It was implicit. It was implicit. It was there. My daddy and mommy weren't people for big words or anything. They're just ordinary, everyday people and dealing with extraordinary circumstances. And so I think the messages of forgiveness, the message was implicit.
And do you ever think back that maybe if your mother had been able to be angry, that it might have been easier in a way on her? Like, we talk about anger as being like this, toxic emotion that has there's no value. But would that have helped her maybe if she had been able to at least vent some of it and get some of it, off her chest, off her shoulders?
I suppose the honest answer for me there is I don't know, but I suspect that it wouldn't have been good for her. Anger would not have been good for anybody, and it wouldn't be like, they were dealing with the pain and the hurt. Anger would have added to that in a negative way, I think. So they have one thing less to deal with. And my mommy would tell a story about after, my mommy, I would say, was really depressed and very down and all of that. And one day she went to chapel every day, and sometimes you go to chapel and go to mass and sit on for a while, just talking to God, trying to get some sort of inspiration or whatever. And I remember she told the story about walking up Broadway, which was just down the bottom of our street up to the chapel. And a British Army Foot Patrol came past her. And the soldier said to her, "Good morning, ma'am." And my mommy said to him, "Good morning." And this woman was with my mommy and says, "I can't believe it, you just spoke to him." And my mommy says, "Why?" She says, "They blinded your son." And my mommy says, "Okay, he didn't blind my son." So that's, to me, that's it. That answers any questions I had.
So she said to her friend, "That soldier didn't blind my son."
Aye.
When she met the soldier that did blind you, when she met Charles, what did she say then?
When he stood in our living room, this big 6.5-foot retired army major with this wee 4-foot nothing dairy woman, and she was 88 years of age then. And I saw how gentle she was with him, how kind she was with him. I remember thinking, I now know what it feels like. I now know what it feels like when people say it's amazing, because she was amazing. She was unbelievable, like. you know, she just treated him as if a relative arrived and got him a cup of tea and sat down and leaned over towards him and chatted to him. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that, because that's what she gave me that day, was I could now relate in a better way to when people said, it's amazing. My daddy was a type of person, his heart and his head was struggling with each other, because his head was telling him, Richard needs to go away to school for the blind. But his heart was saying, I can't send him away to school for the blind.